today. Now, qualified lessees can get this sign and drive lease on a Chevy Cruze LT for around $210 per month.
Tons of crimes go unsolved. I just want to do my part to stop that from happening. The cops give us clues they've never released before. These cases go unsolved and the killers stay on the streets. Now's the time to use your social media network. It can help us catch criminals. 3 steps: watch the news, share the clues, crack the case. Social media is a powerful ally. Help solve a true crime. Tonight at 10.
All right, guys, hold up. Show me some fire. Show me some emotion.
All right, men, it's crunch time, and I need some playmakers.
Whether you're on Team Coop or Team Beckley, be a superstar and make a big play for hungry families on Turkey Tuesday. Donate at any Bash's or Food City grocery store Tuesday, November 26th.
We need your help.
Donate on Turkey Tuesday.
Connecting Arizona. 12 News Today starts now.
4 Chandler boys could be considered felons. The helpless victim and their alleged actions all caught on camera. What they did and the serious charges they could face.
Plus, he did his time, and now the convicted doctor is a free man. Conrad Murray, arrested and charged with playing a significant role in Michael Jackson's death, now walks among us.
And it's the first thing you teach your kid when learning to ride a bike: wear a helmet. However, shocking numbers out this morning reveal that's quite the opposite. 12 News for a Monday morning starts. Anybody see what happened to the weekend? Right now.
Careful, careful, careful.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
We're all here. Jimmy back from his extended vacation.
Yes.
Emma back from her 100-mile run.
And then he
had a big
shaved-
run.
I wish it
You
was
had a big
my
run this
100-mile
weekend.
run.
Then he shaved his legs, and
she was a she. See what we did there?
She was a he, and they said, "Hey, babe,
What song
take a
is
walk
this?
on the
Lou
wild
Reed.
side."
Lou
Passed
Reed.
away. Yeah,
Look at
late,
you.
buddy, wherever you are, you know. Great. Anyways, folks, big cool down. A lot of weather to tell
Okay,
you about.
because this weekend, we're going to talk about it later. The Javelina 100 was happening over in Fountain Hills. It's a 100-mile race. It was smoking hot.
Everybody talked about
She
it.
was doing it. Emma was
awful.
doing it.
I was not doing it. My mother was doing it, but a ton
How many
of people
miles
had to
did you
drop
do?
out because it was just
heard
so
about it.
hot.
How many miles did you
I
do?
only did 15.
Oh.
We're going to talk about that later.
You did 15?
I did 15. No,
Yes.
I was not by choice, and it was in the middle of the night.
Shut the front door.
We'll talk about it later. It's
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Totally crazy.
Great. All right, hey, outside right now, clear conditions. Okay, 60s and 50s, couple of 70s out there right now. By Wednesday morning, your hair looks great, Emma.
No, I just butchered it. You call me a he.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Just let it go.
It's one of those days.
Dude, easy.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy, 4:32 is your time right now. Let's get to our top local stories this morning. Mesa police have arrested a 17-year-old boy they believe helped his 16-year-old friend kill his mother. The 2 teens, both of whom were booked into juvenile detention, could be charged as adults. 36-year-old Tina Helms Spencer was found dead early Saturday morning at her home near Gilbert Road and US 60. Police were called to the home after reports of a fight. Police arrested Spencer's teenage son later that day and arrested the friend sometime overnight.
This morning, police say they may never know for sure why a Phoenix man shot a family of 4 who lived next door, because he then took his own life. Neighbors in the townhome community near 17th Avenue and Camelback say the shooter often argued with the family, and most of it was centered around their barking dog, if you can believe that. They claim he had also gone as far as having left written notes to complain about the noise after the dogs woke him up. What is known is that Michael Dante Guzzo took his shotgun Saturday morning and shot 4 family members along with their dogs.
Well, this one is really hard to understand this morning, but Chandler police have arrested 4 young boys on suspicion of animal cruelty. They are accused of terrorizing a kitten and a small dog at this playground near Arizona Avenue in Willis. Now, in surveillance video, you can see the boys playing and then pushing the dog down the slide into the kitten. Within a minute, one boy started hitting the kitten with a soccer ball. The boys then led the kittens on the slide, where another boy slid down and kicked it off and ended repeatedly. Finally, one boy threw the cat on the ground and then threw its limp body over a pool fence and into the water. Maintenance workers later found the cat dead nearby and showed police the surveillance video. Video was shown to the people in the neighborhood, and here's what they had to say.
I wouldn't mind getting rid of half of them, but, you know, not that way. That's pretty mean.
I don't know what it is. I don't know how people can be so cruel and not have a heart. And
well, that 7-year-old boy too young to be charged in this crime. The 4 others accused are facing felony animal cruelty charges.
Well, the drama surrounding the mysterious Roma girl found in Greece has now led investigators to a small community in Bulgaria. DNA tests have now solved part of the Maria mystery, the child called the Blonde Angel, discovered during a police raid. Well, police took her away from the family she was living with, suspecting that she may have been kidnapped. Her biological mother was identified and appeared on Bulgarian TV over the weekend.
I want her with me. I don't want her to live in Greece. No one was with me when I gave birth. A woman lied to me, said she would take care of Maria like I would have. Do you know how I felt when I saw her dancing and begging, her hands dirty? I've never allowed any one of my children to go begging.
I don't know. Maria's mother denied allegations that she sold her baby in Greece or that Maria had been trafficked abroad by a criminal gang. However, the Bulgarian Interior Ministry is now looking into that as a possibility.
Yeah, that story's not over yet. And new this morning, the doctor convicted of unintentionally causing Michael Jackson's death walked out of jail a free man overnight. Conrad Murray was released from a Los Angeles County jail just after midnight after 2 years behind bars. California prison rules allowed for an early release by giving additional credit for time served. Murray was convicted of involuntary manslaughter in 2011 after a jury found him guilty of administering that lethal dose of the painkiller propofol.
Well, I've been very harsh on Conrad Murray. I think he caused the death of Michael Jackson. I think he acted in a very selfish manner, and he's never taken responsibility, as far as I know, for what he's done. Nevertheless, I do think it's time to move on. He was prosecuted, he was convicted of a serious felony, involuntary manslaughter.
Murray's attorney says the convicted doctor hopes to now regain his medical license and resume treating patients. Although if you're one of his patients, don't ask for the propofol.
Exactly. Happening today, the ride operator accused of injuring 5 people at the North Carolina State Fair expected in court. Timothy Dwayne Tutoro is charged with 3 felony counts of assault with a deadly weapon. Tutoro was arrested over the weekend. Witnesses say the Vortex ride restarted as people were getting off last week. Investigators determined the ride had been tampered with and critical safety devices were compromised. Authorities say more arrests are possible.
Well, it was a week ago that a student opened fire at Sparks Middle School in Nevada, and today classes resume. A student opened fire just before the bell rang. He killed a math teacher and injured 2 other students before turning the gun on himself. Teacher Michael Lansbury was hailed as a hero for his actions trying to protect children during the shooting rampage. Both wounded students are now listed in stable condition.
Also happening today, the 24-year-old Danvers High School math teacher who was killed last week will be laid to rest. A funeral will be held for Colleen Ritzer at the St. Augustine Church in Andover, Massachusetts. Her family has set up a scholarship in her memory to help high school grads pursue a teaching career, which is just amazing. I love that. Police believe Ritzer was allegedly killed by one of her students.
Almost a year after Superstorm Sandy's tore through the Northeast, now Ellis Island set to reopen today. The national park sustained severe damage during the storm when 8 feet of water flooded the island. The tourist attraction has undergone extensive renovations and stormproofing over the past year. Only the buildings and halls will be open for the public, or to the public for now, until artifacts that had been placed in storage can be returned to the museum.
I wonder how much damage really, because that is such an iconic piece of history.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, you wonder what was survived and what didn't.
Yeah.
They can repair some of these things.
Well, and you hope a lot of it, all the passenger lists and things like that have all been digitized.
Right,
and yeah,
right,
okay.
Exactly right.
Well, today is Monday, October 28th, the 301st day of 2013, which means...
Only 64 people.
Are you dressing up for Halloween this year?
No, I'm going to bed.
You're not?
No, I'm going to sleep.
You're so lame.
No,
but
I'm going to bed.
I feel your pain. On this day back in 1886, the Statue of Liberty, a gift from the people of France, was dedicated in New York Harbor by President Grover Cleveland. Years later, the statue was made a national monument.
And on this day, just 1 year ago, airlines canceled more than 7,000 flights as the nation prepared for that previously mentioned story, Hurricane Sandy. Transit systems in New York, Philadelphia, and Washington Washington were shut down. And forecasters warned the New York area could see an 11-foot wall of water. President Barack Obama and Republican Mitt Romney adjusted their campaign travel plans because of that approaching storm. Obama visited FEMA headquarters in Washington before he returned to the White House to monitor Sandy's progress.
And on this day back in 1965, construction was completed on the Gateway Arch, a 630-foot high parabola of stainless steel, marking the Jefferson National Expansion Memorial in St. Louis, Missouri. Today, roughly 4 million people visit that park each and every year. What I love about it is it's right in downtown.
Yeah. You don't get a true sense of how big that is until you actually go and you stand next to it and you look up at it and you go, wow, how did they do that?
It's really cool.
Yeah. And then they have it in the field there at the ballpark.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah,
Just
they
a
have
little replica?
The thing is out in the center field, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the ballpark, how was the game yesterday for you?
They won.
Ahead on 12 News today, do you name your car?
No.
We don't.
No.
He does.
You do?
I don't know. I just wanted to say
He's kind of would be the guy that would.
I can agree if you want.
Agree.
Okay. Yeah, I do.
What's the name?
Busted. Emma.
There it is.
Oh,
It's a race car.
I like that.
It's
just
fast, it's sleek,
right.
It's sporty, it's classy,
I like
gorgeous.
that. You picked all of the right
Shiny.
ones. Okay. Turns out more and more car owners name their beauties. He said it. What inspires these names and which gender is more likely to stick to the nickname?
Plus, a new study shows that kids and teens recovering from concussions should hit the brakes before hitting the books. What pediatricians are now saying that rattles previous knowledge. See what we did there?
Yeah. Funny.
Hey, Jimmy up.
Oh, there's a live look outside and temperatures right now starting things off in the 50s and 60s. We have a huge cool down.
Oh,
that is headed our way. I cannot wait to tell everyone.
Oh,
Good.
you just did.
Need it. Oh.
Well, more about it.
Oh, okay.
This is the 10 right near 51st Avenue. Great conditions, no slowing. We do have some construction projects that are wrapping up this morning. Should be over by about, well, now, which is good for Loop 202 drivers. We're going to talk about that more right after this quick break.
In greater depth.
Yes.
Let me elaborate on it. Talk.
Yeah.
Much more.
Vroom, vroom.
I'll be waiting, stand by, can't stop because I love it. Hate the way I love you all day, all night. Maybe I'm addicted for
I put it in gear and yeah.
You need a new transmission. Big job.
Oh. It's definitely a
That's your transmission. I've diagnosed thousands of these. It's not serious.
From transmissions to tune-ups and everything in between. Transmission problems? We'll check it for free. AA MCO.
This November, Lives hit the jackpot. What do we win?
a month of stars.
Lives got Chris Hemsworth, Angelica Houston, and the stars of Las Vegas, Michael Douglas and Kevin Kline.
You can't beat a pair king.
Oh, yeah? Double or nothing.
Plus the cast of The Hunger Games, Josh, Jennifer, and Liam.
And may the odds be ever in their favor.
And ours, too.
It's a winning November on Live.
When you're on the go, Dial gives you live TV, straight to your mobile device. So go ahead, watch top broadcast stations, local and national news, entertainment, and sports, without the need for a data plan or internet connection. Dial. It's live mobile TV. And now your Android and Apple devices can use Dial with the AudioBox mobile TV receiver.
Just like you, we watch the sunrise each day in our hometown. We bring you the stories that hit close to home because we are your local broadcasters.
At 12 News, we take this responsibility seriously. We're connecting Arizona one story at a time. This is home, and we're proud to bring you the stories that matter most in your community.
We are your local broadcasters. Reaching more people, touching more lives.
12 News Beat the Traffic. Brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Welcome back, everyone. A consumer alert for you this morning. A sneaky scam targeting computer users is making a comeback. That's according to BobSullivan.net.
Love that
tech
guy.
skeptic, yes, and consumer advocate. Apparently, the caller claims to work for Microsoft or sometimes Apple. This happened to my sister over the weekend. Says there's a problem with your computer. They will also text you. She got it through text messaging. The scammers walk you through some download steps in order to rid your desktop or laptop of the non-existent virus. These downloads can contain malware or give scammers full access to the computer. I'm not kidding.
What did she do?
She got it through text messaging. She took a picture of it, sent it to my dad, who I was with, and said, does this mean anything to you? And sure didn't.
Wow, and your dad's a dentist.
Well,
so there
exactly.
You have it. Turns out more and more job seekers are taking their search on the go.
Oh.
The employment website Simply Hired says nearly a third of its job search traffic comes from mobile devices, but says only 20 to 30% of Fortune 500 companies offer mobile-friendly career sites and portals. Those mobile job seekers are apparently just as serious or more serious about nailing that job. Mobile searchers clicked on more postings and spent more time looking at those jobs compared to desktop searchers. My guess is that the more are out of a job that have the phones.
You are right. Taking a test drive can truly test your nerves. However, Edmunds.com has some tips to make the ride a bit smoother. They say first, make sure the vehicle is easy to get in and out of. Are the pedal and seat comfortable? Can they be adjusted? Make sure to check the visibility carefully and hop in the back seat to try it on for size. They say anything that irritates you from the start is going to become even more irritating to you once you buy it. Kind of like marriage. When you actually hit the road, try turning off the radio to listen to the engine and find a route that mimics your real-world driving.
That riding in the backseat thing is no joke. I had to get out of the car that we were test driving.
Yes.
I went into a panic.
Awful.
Nationwide Insurance surveyed 1,000 car owners across the country and found that 1 in 4 people named their car. All of them are crazy. 31% of those names were inspired by the car's color or appearance. The majority of those people deemed their car a girl, with names like Christine and Eleanor, like the popular movies. However, women are more likely to have nicknames for their cars and stick with them. I never had a nickname.
I never had a nickname.
Wasn't Christine the name of the car that was a
Stephen King novel?
Stephen King novel?
Is that really?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
and the car came alive.
Came alive and ate people.
Yeah, it would kill people.
Then why would you
The grill would open up and it would be like Jaws.
Sounds awful.
Terrible.
Yes.
I don't know why they'd write a story like that.
Sweet Christine.
Oh my.
Why would you want to date anyone even named Christine? No offense.
I have no idea.
Race car.
My car's named Emma now. I decided.
That's right.
I like it.
Yes.
So I can, come on, baby.
Can use it.
Come on, Emma. You can do it.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'll take that.
You really went there that early, didn't you?
Let's go there.
Appropriate.
Oh my, fourth floor.
Hey, let's go with the forecast. There's our low pressure system. See that up there right around Nevada, all that cool weather? That is going to have a major effect on our forecast. It's going to really cool us down. The rest of the nation, from Atlanta up towards the north, relatively quiet, although we're talking about some lake effect snow and some cold conditions up in Quebec early this morning. All right, now weather headlines. This windy system's going to come in. It's going to kick up some dust for today. Could be a little bit gusty even here in the valley. And way up in the high country, very slight chance of light rain, maybe some snow chances up in the higher country. And then, of course, by tomorrow, 10 to 20 degrees cooler. We're going to take the big plunge there. Today, 84 degrees. Your average is 84, so we are average, I guess. I guess it's a good thing to be average, especially when our temperatures are 84 degrees. Average in the summer, not good. Okay, 40 degrees for Winslow, 54 for Safford, 68 for Phoenix, 55 for Prescott, and Bullhead City, 72 degrees. There's that low pressure system. It's coming down from the north, and you can see the water vapor. Most of it's staying to the north. We don't have a lot of, it's a dry system. It's a moisture-starved system, and a future cast showing a chance of some showers up around Flagstaff and in towards the high country, but I think we're going to be pretty dry here across our region. Okay, air quality forecast. Air quality is going to get worse today. If dust starts to kick up, there could be some particulates blowing around out and about. So maybe you want to hold off on washing your car for another couple days, not because of the rain, but because of dust blowing around out there. Catch my fall forecast at James Quinones. It's going to be a nice one for today, and then it's just going to get better all week long as we go. 66 for Sedona, 52 for Flagstaff, 68 for Winslow and Kingman, 65. It's going to be windy for most, especially the northern part of the state. Here's that 7-day forecast. 84 for today, 71 tomorrow.
What?
Partly cloudy. Yeah, 71. So most of the afternoon will be in the 60s, Emma.
That's so awesome.
I wish it would have been here for that marathon that you ran. 15 miles, Emma.
Yeah.
You are a stud.
No, my mother ran 62. So I am nothing compared to my mom. Yeah.
I ran to the bathroom. All right, let's talk about your health. Turns out student athletes who suffer a concussion may need a break before hitting the books again. Previous research has shown that after a concussion, kids, well, they may have problems learning new material and remembering what they have already learned. I must have been concussed for a long time.
Yes.
The American Academy of Pediatrics is now saying that kids and teens with severe symptoms should stay home from school until they are cleared by the doctor. And those with prolonged problems, they may need additional accommodations. Experts say every concussion is unique, and decisions about when a student should and should not return to school should be made on a case-by-case basis.
Gun-related injuries and deaths among children are on the rise, especially in states with a high percentage of household firearms. A new study tracking trends in gunshot violence found that between 1997 and 2009, the number of kids admitted to the hospital for gun-related reasons increased by 45%. There was also a 37% rise in the number of children who died from these injuries. Handguns accounted for the majority of these incidents, especially in areas where home gun ownership was more common, which is really scary. Jeez.
Trying to get the correlation between that and the skateboarders. I couldn't quite.
Oh, God.
A 5-year study reveals only 11% of children treated for bike-related injuries in Los Angeles County were actually wearing a helmet. That's despite a California state law mandate requiring bike helmets for all children under the age of 18. Researchers say children older than 12, low-income, and minority children were the least likely to wear a bike helmet. They stress the need to target these groups in future bicycle safety campaigns. You know, it's funny. I can't even imagine wearing a helmet riding a bike.
Really, you never did growing up?
We grew up in cars that didn't have seat belts.
I don't want to have to relearn the alphabet.
Right.
You know?
Makes sense.
You wear a helmet now?
I always have.
Always does.
Big time.
Yes.
Well, he's safety first.
I can't afford to lose any more brain cells.
Right.
Thank you. 4:50 is your time right now. After the break on 12 News today, what Chris Brown allegedly did this weekend that could land him some serious jail time. Yep, coming up, the simple question that allegedly sparked that whole incident. Yeah, we're going to be right back.
He's a great guy. No, he's not.
Every time I start it up, it's like a
Oh, it's just your starter. No biggie.
It kind of sounds like this.
Radiator leak. Every time I let off the gas, it makes this kind of a... like that. Just like that.
Just your idle. It's a bit rough.
From transmissions to tune-ups and everything in between. Fix it fast, pay it off slow with AMCO. AA MCO.
Today, more than ever, you need a professional licensed loan officer and trusted mortgage bank whose sole focus is closing real estate transactions. People's Mortgage Company is a premier mortgage lender with a vast line of loan programs with some of the most competitive rates in Arizona. Our proprietary programs offer immediate financing after short sale or foreclosure. I answer my phone 7 days a week till 10 p.m. for quick local support. Why go anywhere else? IGetDealsDone.com.
Move over, AZ. Arizona's move over law requires you to move over or slow down when you drive past any vehicle pulled over with flashing lights. Any vehicle means emergency responders, roadside assistance, law enforcement, highway crews, even stranded motorists. Ignore the law and you could pay a fine. Remember, every vehicle, every time. Move over, AZ.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That changed my life.
At that moment, it hit me. This is why I joined the Guard. We're soldiers, always ready to protect our country. But we've also got communities. Family, friends, neighbors who count on us. I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life. Somebody from my hometown.
See what it means to be a citizen soldier at NationalGuard.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde are getting ready for their next big roles. Parents.
Are they married?
No.
Oh.
Wilde's rep tells CNN the actress is pregnant. The news was first reported in People magazine, and according to People, the two met on the season finale of Saturday Night Live in 2011, began dating, and 6 months later, well, they got engaged.
She's rather attractive.
Yes, this is their first child together. She is beautiful, and he's getting more and more handsome.
By the way,
yeah.
it's kind of like that club. If you get to date really hot women,
yes,
hot women want you because they think there's something special about you. He has quite the track record of beautiful women.
Hot women? Who
Yes.
else?
I don't know. Check it online.
Oh gosh,
I don't know. I can't name the names.
I love when you try and like dip into pop culture.
Oh, I'm in.
Like that's hilarious.
Oh, I'm in the pool.
Oh, come on.
I just don't know how to swim, you see.
Exactly. He's drowning.
Oh, I'm like this. Help.
With
give
this
me,
story.
Give me my water wings.
Yeah.
Another big name in Hollywood, Chris Brown, has found himself in more legal trouble. The singer and his bodyguard were arrested in Washington, D.C. over the weekend and charged with felony assault. Well, what do police say? They say many things about this. First, that the two were involved in an altercation with another man outside the W Hotel. CNN is reporting that the alleged victim was attacked when he tried to get a photo with Brown. Police say the alleged victim was taken to the hospital and treated for his injuries. Brown already on probation in California for a felony domestic violence conviction in the beating of his former girlfriend, or maybe current girlfriend, we're not too sure, Rihanna. Former? I'm in that pool. Any arrest could be considered a violation of that probation, which could result in jail time.
Here's what's so funny. He was on the Today Show, and he was trying to stay away from talking about the whole Rihanna thing and all that. He's like, I want it to be about my music. I want to be about my music. But when you're acting like an idiot and your actions become bigger than your music, guess what? You're going to have to start answering to it.
And guess what? The networks are going to put him on, and they're going to make him part of the show and have him sing, and people will show up, and the plaza will be packed.
He's awful. He's awful. All right. Michael Jackson fans around the globe collaborated over the weekend for a simultaneous international dance to his hit song, Thriller. The Thrill the World event, created back in 2006, helps raise money for charities around the world. This is really cool. Participants dress up like zombies, showed off some of their best MJ moves, which, you know, best, worst, whatever. Organizers say dozens of events were held in 18 different countries this weekend.
You know the interesting thing about that song? That song was released nearly a year after the single was released nearly a year after the Thriller album came out. And
this wasn't part of the original album?
It was, but they released the songs individually.
Okay.
And the album was released in November of '82. This song was released in November of '83. We're approaching the 30th anniversary.
Maybe he was waiting for it.
Of that song.
Yeah.
Well, back then they would release them individually over a stretch of a period of time so the album could last longer.
Would be that long?
Oh, a year.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not to say that people weren't already listening to it.
Okay.
Because the album was out, but they would be playing it on the radio.
Interesting. All right, let's send it over to our girl Faye.
Was that your Thriller dance?
That's the Thriller.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right. Not so much. All right, 4:56 right now. I had on 12 News today. Some scary numbers for parents. A new report out this morning from the Centers for Disease Control shows that even healthy kids can die from flu complications. We'll have details surrounding kids and the rise in flu deaths. That's coming up. Also, are we back to square one? The government's healthcare website topples yet again over the weekend. And for the first time in quite some time, Republicans and Democrats agree on something. They agree something needs to be done. We're going to have a live report from Washington, D.C. up next as well. And across the pond, they're experiencing some treacherous weather. Take a look at this. This morning, the search continues for a missing teen believed to have been swept out to sea during this massive storm. Also, Cards get another big win under the belt this weekend. If you didn't see it, we will get you up to speed with an NFL recap. You're watching 12 News Today, connecting Arizona.